Hey anyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Bite Size Marathons, and today we're watching episode 4 of Loki. After last week's cliffhanger, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen next, but my bet since last week really is that Möbius and the TVA will be the ones to help get Loki and Sylvie out of this apocalypse. Why wait any longer? Let's just get into the video. That's cool.
Dragon swoops towards the palace. That Valkyrie
It's maybe the first time that we've seen the back of Asgard. Oh no.
There's our variant. On the authority of the Timekeepers, I hereby arrest you for crimes against the sacred timeline.
Is that Renslayer?
Reset it.
Good job, little Loki. This is all your fault, Renslayer. Very good job. Guess these are the Timekeepers. Getting so many Wizard of Oz vibes out of them. Now this is it. The real pivotal scene in the trailer that everyone thought was much. Damn. Look at that. Never thought we'd see this in Loki, huh?
Not long now. Do you think that what makes a Loki is the fact that we're destined to lose?
No. We may lose. Sometimes painfully. But we don't die.
Yes.
We survive.
Yes.
I mean, you did.
Well, I was right. How did they create such a large branch? What branch? Simply their present?
Well, what? I know you got some quip you're dying to say.
Oh, I don't have a quip. I've got nothing to say to you.
Come on.
By the way, I should have an equal amount of security. This is insulting.
There it
You
is.
just can't help yourself.
You betrayed me.
You betrayed me.
Tarja, the god of backstabbing.
He's kind of an asshole and a bad friend.
Oh,
Yeah, chew on that for a little
friend.
bit. All right, it's ready.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
That was a red portal. And oh, what the heck? Sif!
Sif!
You conniving, craven, pathetic worm. You did this!
What?
I hope you know you
Sif, do-
deserve to be alone, and you always will be.
All right. A bad memory prison? How quaint.
What a surprise. Nice to see you again.
Some punishment. I remember exactly what
You conniving, craven, pathetic worm. You did this.
Hang on.
I hope you know you deserve to be alone, and you always will be.
It's like a hell loop from Lucifer. Just, not as traumatizing.
Time loops.
In my legs. You know, we brought in Kree, Titans.
Titans! Vampires! Is that the first mention of vampires in the MCU? Blade is coming.
Happy to share credit for that idea.
Möbius,
Did Loki say anything while you were in there?
Yeah. So the TVA's lying to me.
She does have memories of her past.
Just doing my job.
Sylvie did knock something loose. I wonder how many loops he's been in here for. Because he's broken, so he's already like this.
I'm a narcissist. I suppose it's
Though,
because I'm scared of being alone.
without hearing the violins, I'm not sure if he's being honest. Huh? I don't think that works. I'm just gonna hit you again.
You are alone. And you always will be.
That's some progress at least. You didn't hit him.
Momentous. Both of you are just swooning over this. Tell me the apocalypse. Two variants of the same being, especially you, forming this kind of sick, twisted romantic relationship. That's pure chaos. That could break reality. It's breaking my reality right now. What a incredible seismic narcissist. You fell for yourself.
Her name was Sylvie.
Ship.
Sylvie. Lovely.
My girlfriend.
Whatever you want to call her. You're your female self that you have some demented crush on.
You're all variants. Everyone who works at the TVA. The timekeepers didn't create you, they kidnapped you from the timeline.
There it is.
And erased your memories. Memories she can access through enchantment. So before this, you had a past. Maybe you had a family. A life.
He's not going to accept it. From the way he's talked about it.
Nice try.
Yep.
Come with me.
It was surprisingly easy.
When did you first notice what was going on with C20?
He's questioning.
Möbius,
He's
what is going on
trying
with you?
so hard.
You did it.
I know.
The time
Stay in
was happy.
line.
Mission accomplished.
Great, mission
But
accomplished. It was just that
the
she
doubts,
seemed
the niggling
fine
doubts.
When I saw her, I mean.
Oh. Möbius, you sneaky guy.
Prune him.
No. Nah, like, come on. Somebody tell me what pruning actually is. That isn't the end?
Wait for me at the elevator.
Oh, this is awesome. Climatons are a little cooler. Spear attachment is definitely helpful. Well, actually, I don't know if that's also helpful, but the length is nice.
This time, I finished the job.
What is that stupid? If you can land a hit on her, why would you not use the other side? Like Sylvie, I can get. She's a Loki. She likes messing with you, but. Oh, wait. This is gonna be. Is this what? What is this?
What?
What's happening?
What is it?
Oh. Ah! What the f... I knew it! Then credit scene. Ah! 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 That was episode 4, and what an episode. It's gonna take me a few seconds to get my mind. Everything's all scattered, right? A lot of stuff happened, a lot of thoughts wanted to come out, and a lot of stuff wasn't exactly said during the reaction itself. So, first of all, we got to actually see a little bit more of Sylvie's backstory. I don't know whether I said this in the last video or I was just theorizing online, but I believe that when she was picked up by the TVA, that was very early on in the Loki lifespan, when it was very much a child. She managed to then escape from the TVA, and then she was able to, live out a totally separate life, vastly different from what our mainline Loki has, which is why she's diverged so separately into a separate person. It's essentially like taking a 3-year-old out of the house and throwing them in another country and expecting them to grow up the same as if they were left in the house. It's almost like they're different people. And, that's what is there. Yeah. Really interesting to see that Ravonna was actually a hunter beforehand. She got promoted to this position. How do you get promoted in the TVA? I don't know. Hopefully that's next episode, because Sylvie is currently threatening her. Right? Tell me everything. I want to know everything too. Next, let's talk about the big thing was apparently the Loki-Sylvie ship. Everyone was kind of uncertain last episode, but it actually became a talked about plot point this time around. And I don't know, was that a confession Loki was about to do at the end? Would be interesting. As it is, it's strange, right? They're technically the same person. Technically. But otherwise, their lives are so different that I don't know. If you talk about genetics and all that, then they are the same person. But if you're talking about who you are as an upbringing, then they are very different people. This Sylvie has been living a hard life since childhood and running around from apocalypse to apocalypse. The TVA always after her. No wonder she doesn't barely remembers Odin or Frigga or Thor, because, man, look how young she looked. She couldn't be more than, I don't know, maybe 100 years old. Keep in mind, these are Asgardians / Frost Giants, right? So, not exactly a similar time frame. Maybe 50 to 100 years old. And I diverged back to the ship. I'm interested, right? I'm not totally against it. I could see, like I said, I could see it happening, and I would be okay if it happens in whatever shape or form. I am interested, though, that how this romantic feeling is somehow causing a Nexus spike. What's up with that? If Nexus is okay, so two variants falling in love with each other is a big no-no. Even overwhelming the power of hiding it through an apocalypse. Chaos incarnate. Looks fun. Wonder if they'll do that again. Then, the Timekeepers. I was really worried that we'd only be left with that glowing eye shot in the beginning of the episode. I was super glad we got to go back to them in the end of the episode. And I was actually kind of taken aback. I'm like, after so much theorizing that these guys are fake, they don't even exist, to see them sitting there, looking real, talking, it was one of it's like a Mephisto moment. Like, were we really that wrong? But then, his head came off. He was a robot, so we were right. This is just another layer of deception. That opens the question, who is really in charge of the TVA here, huh? is those Kang the Conqueror theories going to happen? It was really interesting seeing Hunter B-15 and Möbius as they, realize the reality of the fact that they are variants. B-15 clearly, some people theorized from her look last episode, but B-15, and they were right, that B-15 had experienced some of her memories when Sylvie was enchanting her. And, throughout the episode, that just kind of gnawed on her until she finally got the realization, and God, that must hurt to know that you've had a life, but it was taken from you, that you've been like mindlessly working here all this time. It was nice to see her pop back in as, last minute, here's your sword. No, though now I'm thinking, I don't remember where she ran off to afterwards. Did she just get in the elevator and leave? Did somebody hit her with a stick? I'm not sure. And then Möbius, right? He was trying so hard to, fight back, trying to make excuses for himself. Oh, this is meant to happen, all this stuff. The evidence it was already looking. It was already in his head. He was already looking for that little evidence. That C-20 thing didn't match up. The Sylvie thing didn't match up. And there you go. He is a variant. I'm still wondering if the whole idea of multiple Möbius variants is still going to show up. Just cross our fingers because it would be cool. But of course, that was shock point number 1 of the episode was him getting pruned. I'm just like, yeah, I didn't expect it. As you could see, I was in denial for a bit. Like maybe it was just a Loki trick or something, but wow. To see him, obviously he was probably pruned, and as we see from the end credit scene, pruning. There's a clear difference stated between pruning and deletion, right? So pruning, if there is a difference, then deletion is the one that kills you. Pruning is something else entirely. So that's not killing you. Obviously, Möbius is somewhere. We are going to get him back. And I can't wait for that. And I completely forgot. Sif. Like, wow. To be honest, her cameo in Loki was almost as unexpected as her cameo back in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But, wow. It was super cool to see that, and to see that reference to the whole story of Loki cutting Sif's hair. Now, I'm kind of confused. I don't remember if this was a mythological story or a comic story, but the story goes that Loki cut Sif's hair, and then Thor made him replace it with gold. Right? That's why, in the comics at least, Sif is blonde. Comics and the myth, like I say, I don't remember exactly which one this comes from. They're kind of blending together for me. It's just probably the second unexpected early cameo of the week after seeing Abomination show up in Shang-Chi. Here she is showing up in Loki before her expected return in Love and Thunder. So that was really cool. In the end of the episode, Loki's about to express his feelings, and then he gets pruned too. And just, what a shock. Right? It just came out of nowhere. But what a great way. I was really wondering, with the way the episode was going, I was really wondering what was going to happen, because we know from the trailers that there's some more time travel shenanigans to go on moving forward. How exactly does that work with the way the story is going? Clearly, he was pruned and sent off who knows when. It looks like New York. And it looks like a destroyed New York. Is that the nuke from the Avengers? Did that hit without Tony didn't stop it in time? Or is this something else? Is this because of Loki that this happened? Who knows? But I had an inkling. I'm like, that ending, there's got to be an end credit scene after this, right? And I was right. And I'm sorry I couldn't say anything, but look at this end credit scene. Look at the variants we have here. We got Kid Loki. with a crocodile Loki, or alligator Loki. I guess he may be a counterpart of Throg. This old, comic accurate looking Loki, and then this African American, I guess to continue the theme, he is Loki too, wielding a Mjolnir. So Loki's been sent to other variant Lokis. You know, I heard the idea that we might actually see other variants of Loki besides, the main two, but I kind of brushed it off. But I was wrong. Kind of makes me wonder, is President Loki that we keep seeing in the trailers, is that our variant messing around, or is that another one of this gang? If this is this gang, I want to see that like big old bulky Loki. He looks, that would be fun. Honestly, so much craziness happened this episode. I absolutely loved it. Re-energized all my eagerness to watch the show. I can't wait for next week already. Over here is going to be my next reaction whenever that shows up. Over here is going to be a playlist of all my videos. And on my face is going to be the subscribe button. Like, comment, subscribe, criticize even. I don't mind. See ya.